Hello and welcome to That's Just Prime, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Optimus Prime Watch, and I love this toy. Quick reminder to everybody, if you see spots on the screen, my lens is not dirty. I dropped my phone and I've got a couple of dead pixels, so you can't wipe them off and neither can I. So moving on, Transformers Optimus Prime Watch, originally released in 2011 for Dark of the Moon, retailed for approximately $15 to $20, depending on where you got it. And this is a really, really cool novelty. My youngest daughter found this and got this for me. And this is a real throwback for me because this reminds me of something called Robo Watches, which was something that we had back in the very early 80s, even before Transformers was originally coming out. And it was these watches. It looked almost identical to this, with these little these watch bands with these cradles on there, and these very kind of large, boxy looking watches that you could just pop off, and they would transform into robots. And they had other modes as well, like little spaceship modes and stuff like that. Those different ones that you could get. And this really, really threw me back to those. So the watch band, the watch itself, it's about 9.5 inches long. And that's for the band, so you can actually probably wear this. This is actually, I've had this since 2011. It came out for around the time the Dark of the Moon was coming out, and I've never actually worn this, so I'm actually going to put this on for the first time. But yeah, the band is about 9.5 inches long, so I think I'm going to be able to put this on here. And the watch itself here in the center, it's about 1.5 inch tall and wide, before the transformation itself. So taking a look at the band itself, you can see here on the bottom part of the band, you've got the Autobot symbol, Optimus Prime, and then you've got the movie version of Optimus Prime right there from the first 3 movies. And then on the other side, you've got another Autobot symbol and another shot of Optimus Prime right there. And then that's about it for the band itself. So I'm going to try putting this on so that we can, in fact, look at it the way that it was intended to be played with. So, yeah, in fact, I can put it on. That's kind of amazing considering how thick my arm is nowadays. So, it's going to be obviously very small and, yeah, barely any band sticking out. But there you go. That's what the watch would look like on your wrist right there. And then you've got these little tabs on the side, one on each side. And I probably should have shown that before I put the watch on. But what you would do is you would press on those, and that's going to release the watch to come off. There's your cradle, and then there's your watch right there. So you can see the watch itself has kind of like what looks to be a grill right here in the center, which is very nice. And then you've got some red. The watch itself is red with some blue flames going all the way around right there. And it's a very simple watch. All you're going to do is just 2 buttons. All it does is one of these buttons switches from hour to date. And then if you press it twice, it's going to take you to seconds. And then the other button here on the right is the one that you use to set those up with. So you just saw what day and time I'm actually recording this. So there you go. That's it. Very, very basic watch, which is, very nice for kids. So to transform this guy, transformation is very, very simple. I guess we'll start at the bottom right here. These are going to be the legs. So go ahead and rotate these down just like so. And no, they do not rotate. I kind of had hoped that they would, but they do not rotate. So just bring them down. Reach in here and pull out the fists, just like that. And these are very, very loose. So this is mostly for display. But it doesn't really play very well. And then finally come up here to the top and rotate the head. And there is your Optimus Prime watch in robot mode. Let's get in there real close to take a look at this guy. So, yeah, I love the way this guy looks. Very, very basic looking little guy. But, it's not the greatest Optimus Prime you've ever seen, but I love it. I think I got in a little too close. Here in robot mode, Optimus is about 2.5 inches tall. And as you saw, not much articulation, just kind of forward and backwards in the legs. In the arms, and I guess a little bit of in and out in the legs if you want to count that. That's about it. Now, you can you? No, you cannot. Back in the old Robo watches, you could actually cradle them back up in robot mode. I guess you can't do that with this guy. Like I said, I've never actually worn this. I've had it for 5 years, and I've never actually worn it. In fact, I had to go and get not new batteries for them. There it goes. I had to get new batteries for him because I've had this guy on my shelf since 2011, and the battery was dead, so I actually had to get new batteries for him for the review. But there you go. So that's about it for this guy. Now, cool thing about this, if you are interested in getting something like this, these guys are back on shelves right now as of the time of this recording. So I was just at Toys R Us the other day, and I saw that they had Optimus Prime watches on the shelf. They're not Dark of the Moon themed like this one is. It's more of a generic or TF Prime sort of. It's TF Prime? No, RID is the cartoon that's currently out, the current cartoon, RID. So it's more like an RID themed or more of a generic Optimus Prime themed. It's basically the exact same watch, just without the flames. And then the wristband is going to look more like a classic looking Optimus Prime. So they're on shelves right now at Toys R Us, and they are retailing for about $15. So if you are interested in getting something like this, now's a good time to go out and get it if you missed it out the first time. And I think that about covers Transformers Optimus Prime Watch. What did you think of this little figure here, and what would you like to see me review next? Let me know by leaving me a comment. Give me some thumbs up. Subscribe, share with your friends if you like what you see, and I'll talk to you next time on That's Just Prime.